Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dominique Martin, a licensed therapist, and today I want to talk about something that I truly believe can make or break relationships, and that's communication. So I can say that the overall health of the relationship is deeply connected to how partners communicate with one another. And communication doesn't just determine whether issues get resolved, it shapes how each partner experiences the relationship. Communication shapes the entire health of a relationship, so it influences whether you feel heard, whether you feel respected, or whether you feel emotionally safe, and ultimately how you experience the relationship. Because here's the truth, it's not just about what's happening in the relationship. It's about how each partner feels about what's happening. And that experience is built through communication. So the answers to those questions are often rooted in how well a couple communicates. And communication is not just about talking, it's about connection. So the ability to communicate effectively can determine whether conflict escalates or gets resolved, whether connection grows or fades, or whether partners feel bonded or emotionally distant. In many ways, communication forms the emotional climate of the relationship, and it influences how emotionally safe each partner feels, or how respected they feel, and how secure they feel in expressing themselves. And here's the thing, it's important to understand that communication typically serves one of two purposes. The first purpose is to exchange information or to solve problems. And this is the practical side of communication. So, discussing things like schedules, making decisions, addressing concerns, or resolving disagreements. It's about getting on the same page and working through issues. And the second purpose is to express thoughts, feelings, and emotions and to create connection. This is where bonding happens, and this is where vulnerability lives, and this is where your connection as a couple grows. And healthy relationships need both. Because if you only communicate and to solve problems, the relationship can start to feel transactional or like roommates just managing logistics. And if you only expressing feelings but avoiding real issues, problems can quietly build underneath the surface and resentment may start to build. So, balance really does matter. Okay, so now let's talk about why communication often break down in relationships. So, communication breakdowns don't usually happen overnight. It builds gradually through missed opportunities for clarity and connection. And most communication breakdowns ain't big at first, they subtle. Sometimes it looks like passive or indirect communication, like hinting at what you need instead of clearly saying it. Or sometimes it's assumptions. So believing you know what your partner meant without checking. Or sometimes it's misunderstandings. So hearing or seeing something through your own emotional filter instead of seeking clarity. And one of the biggest challenges is couples stop having intentional conversations or stop checking in regularly, and they stop asking, how are we doing? Or they stop asking, is there anything that we need to talk about? And from there, small disconnections slowly turn into big distances. Let me say this, not everyone communicates the same way. So some people may process internally before speaking, or others may process out loud or want to talk immediately. And some people may be direct or more emotionally expressive. Healthy couples respect these differences rather than judging them, because it's not about whose communication style is right, it's about learning how to meet each other halfway. So, with that said, How do we improve communication? So the first thing, and this is huge, is listening with the intent to understand. So not listening to defend yourself, not listening to prepare your rebuttal, not listening to win, but listening to truly understand your partner's perspective. You can even say something like, help me understand what this is like for you, because that one sentence can create an entire shift. Okay, so the second thing is this: be mindful of delivery. Communication ain't just what you say, it's about how you say it. So, your tone, your body language, your facial expressions, those are all a part of the message. Because you could say the exact same words with a calm tone and an open posture, or with eye rolling and an elevated tone, and those two experiences will land very differently. Verbal and nonverbal cues define how your message is interpreted. Sometimes couples argue about tone more than content. So slow down, check your delivery, and ask yourself, how might this be landing? All right, so another important piece is to share the conversation. Healthy communication means both partners get the space and to speak and to feel heard. So it's not one person dominating the conversation, and it's not one person shutting down. It's really creating space where both points of view matter. You don't have to agree to validate, you just have to acknowledge. Okay, and then there's empathy. So, empathy changes the entire emotional tone of a conversation. And you could say something like, I don't see it your way, or I don't see it the same way, but I can understand that that hurts you, or I understand how that feels for you. Because when your partner feels understood, their nervous system relaxes, and defensiveness decreases, and connection can increase. All right. Also, there's honesty. That is so essential because avoiding difficult conversations may feel safer in the moment, but long term avoidance creates resistance or resentment. Honesty don't mean being harsh, it means being truthful with care. This is also a way to keep conversations and communication respectful, because communication is really a skill and skills can be strengthened. Communication is the bridge between emotional experiences. And when communication is healthy, partners feel emotionally safe and issues get addressed, and communication and connection can deepen, and the relationship feels more secure. And when communication is consistently breaking down, that's where resentment builds, distance grows, and each partner experiences of the relationship may be negatively impacted. So if you take one thing from today's video, let it be this: communicate not just to be heard, but to understand, not just to fix, but to connect. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. If you found this video helpful, please like it, share it, and subscribe. And as always, stay motivated, and I'll see you on the next video.